Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Deborah, and today I've got a couple of show and tells for you. So I'm starting off with this. This is the chipboard from Stamperia that goes with the Romantic Collection journal that I showed you last week. And you can see that you get some quite big pieces. You get plenty of these words, which are quite cute. Timeless, remember today, little quote here. And this is the mini one of that. I like that you get them in different sizes. Plenty of clocks and scissors. That's got a punch out that I haven't done yet. Some of those frames. Another stopwatch. This almost looks like a coaster, but it's not. It's just a little thing, and I like that one too. You've got a pen. More of the words. These pretty beautiful coloured jewels. And more clocks, more flowers. The stamp, that's another frame, so I wouldn't be bothered fussy cutting things like that out, but when it comes pre-cut like that, I'm fine with it. I'll use it. Same with these ones. I think I mentioned when I did the video that I probably wouldn't cut those out, but that's another word. They come pre-cut. I'm definitely going to use them. More flowers. Oh, and there's another frame with the post stamp in it. Little bit of brick wall, that's quite cute. That's actually from the scissors, so that's, I guess you could use that. Looks a bit like an egg. And then a couple of those. So I thought that that was quite good. They do put a lot in those packs. I'm not sure how much because I've already taken apart the piece of the top of it, and yeah, I got it the other day and I've already taken that apart. So this here is the Stamperia Lady Vagabond. Now this has been out for a while, last year, but I've never bought it, so I thought I'd get it and I would have a look through it with you. So I think it's quite nice. It's got lots of quotes and things on this page. Let me just move this over so you can actually see the whole thing at once. The images are quite large. That's a full 12-inch, so if you're going to put that in a journal you might have to chop her. And I was actually thinking, why didn't I get the smaller one? I think that might be easier and better for me, because I'm just trying to get that in shot. There you go. Because for journaling it might be better, but it's too late now. I've bought the big one. I didn't realise that the images were going to be that large in this one. In fact, everything's large. I hope you can hear that bird that's outside my window. It's a beautiful sunny day and they're enjoying the sunshine, that one in particular. So again, you've got gorgeous papers and really large suitcases. So I'm going to have to get my creativity cap on and think about what I can do with that. I really like this with the little sort of running thing. It's like for a barn door, I guess. That's really nice. And the colours are really gorgeous in this. I love these colours. There's the Lady Vagabond again. So I have to definitely think about how I can use this. This is actually similar to a couple of the other paper pads that they do. They've got a clock that is very similar. Maybe that was in Voyages Fantastique or something, but anyway, it's a similar clock, more clocks and different things, sort of little floating house thing. I like the telescope, that's pretty cool. And even the backs of these pages are quite nice. Some doors, which I love, of course, and maps. Very interesting, this one. And then you've got another old map on the back, and then you've got the mini versions here in they're not 6 by 6. I think they're about 5.5 or 5 1/4 or something. And the backs of them are just as nice as the front. And this big house set. This is why when I got to this page, I thought I wish I'd got the smaller pack. I think it comes in an 8 by 8. I'm really not sure. I know a lot of them do now. But I think in an 8 by 8 that would be much more useful. And even the back of that page is gorgeous. And same with the book. Although that might make a really good cover for a journal. It's a really good size. It's got the spine, so maybe that's a good thing to chop out and use as a cover. And the inside of it too, so that would be your inside front covers. That might be nice. And the row of books, which I think that's the same. Yeah, this too. Actually, that's the mirror image. So if you cut those books out, you'd have the same on the back and the front. It's not been reversed. So little framey things here, and then book covers here. and then the fussy cut. So I was thinking she'd probably be about this big, that lady, but at least you've got her, I guess, in the fussy cut images, and that of course is on the back page. So that one is Stamperia, sorry, Lady Vagabond, and I was going to buy Sir Vagabond, but I changed my mind when I picked up the paper pad. It again is been out for quite a few months now, but just not something I'd ever picked up to purchase. And then the second one I got is actually quite similar. Again, it's Stamperia, and you can see, if I just grab this one back in, the tones in both these are very similar, so you could actually mix and match them. And this one here is Around the World, which again, I don't think it's a new one, it's just something I saw on the shelf, and I like those colours again, which is what made me pick it up. Plus things like this, which are fantastic for journaling. All of the lines and everything are all on it. And then you've got really, really lovely, like old ads and things here, and aeroplanes and bicycles, of course, which are nice. Suitcases, really lovely, this one. And even that's really nice with the map. And then this one here, each of these individual ones are good in their own right. And on the back, I thought we were going to have some journaling spots on the back, but you can journal on that. But that's a whole page. And that one, beautiful. Really, really nice. And this one's all of the postcards and things. So that's really pretty too. More of the postcards, the individual 6 postcards, which do have the journaling spots on the back. So you could cut these out and use them as your journaling spots. This here, which is Paris with the old map, and gorgeous. Look at all the rust through here. Just simply beautiful. And ships here. So if you didn't like that, you could use the back of this one. I like how they've done all the splotches. And that's one of the fussy cut sheets. I think there might be another one. But I like that because I always use these envelopes that they do. And these are really good sizes for journaling spots. And again, the back of that is just as nice as the front. And then 6 postcards here, which I think will be plain. Yes, plain on the back, but that's beautiful too, all the old writing. Then you've got the map, which is nice, and a map on this side. More of that one there. And another great piece of paper to write on, to journal on. This one here, and then the back. So that is those paper pads. Now the next thing I'm working on today is I need to do some little pocket journals for each of my sisters and I. They came over a couple of weeks ago. We went through all of the family photos, and also I had an album where I have our school reports and our school photos. So if you're not from my era, you probably don't know about this, but if you do come from my era, you would recognize this sort of thing. So what you used to get is, this is in 1960, this is my sister, not me. You got a picture of the class, and then you always got a photo, a double set of photos like this. One where you were, well, writing as we got older, but she's pointing, and then another one where you were sitting with your arms like this looking at the camera. So you always got this set of photos, and that was, you know, the era that I grew up in. I'm not sure if it's what other people have, but certainly through the early 60s, you know, sort of the 1960s into probably when I stopped school in the sort of midway through 1970, this is what you always got. So my sisters took some of their school reports and I kept mine. Now this has been stuck on with the old clag glue, or maybe some sort of glue my mother made herself, but she had them all in this big scrapbook, you know, the big sort of single, just big books they were, that were plain like this. And I wasn't able to get this one off the background. I might have to try. I didn't want to rip it too much, but anyway. So what I want to do is I want to put, for each year that we've got, and there are 3 of us, so I'll do, you know, one for my sisters, each sister, and one for myself. I want to put the photo of the school class and those 2 photos and the school report in each pocket, so that I have a pocket plus the photographs of things. So to that end, I've got some Tim Holtz paper out, only because I've got a lot of Tim Holtz paper. That's actually the same one, so I'll probably use different ones. and I've cut them down. Now I cut them down 9 inches tall. The reason I cut them down 9 inches tall is because that's going to fit the whole of the report in without leaving a bit sticking at the top, so I don't want it to crush, so that's why I've done it that way. And I've left them at 12 inches wide. So I'm just going to score down the centre of these two. So I've got 2 pieces of paper folded that are 6 inches wide each by 9 inches tall. So I wanted to just see how this is going to work, and I'm figuring this out. It's just an idea that I've had in my head since they came and took all the reports, and then I'd already done all this lovely scrapbooking. I had it all in the one album with our photographs, and the report against each one was tied up in a pretty bow, but they took all those. So having taken all those, I don't see any point in also keeping the photographs. So I thought maybe instead of those reports being lost or going astray when they've, you know, as time goes on, I would make them something, which I should have thought to do prior to them coming and ransacking all of those, shouldn't I? So anyway, I've got those two. So this would be like 2 pages in the album, or the little book I should say. And then these should be stuck down with double-sided tape. So they should come up fairly easily, which they do. So I've got those 2 photographs, and then I've got the class photo, which again should come up fairly easily because it's on the double-sided tape. Yep. Actually, I think it might be those little tabbed things that we used to have, we used to use a lot of. So that's that one. So that bit I will probably recycle or throw it away. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. And then with this one, I want to see how this is going to go. So if I had a photo, now that's too wide. I'm going to have to put the photo up this way. I had thought about maybe doing the whole album this way. Maybe I should have cut the papers and done the whole album as a landscape one. That actually might be better. I might have to recut those papers and then have the 2 photos down here, and then have the report tucked behind it in a pocket. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go and recut myself some new papers having done that. Same size, I just think that it would look better if it was in a landscape. So I'll pop and do that, and then we'll move on. So this was how I was going to do it. I've got the paper cut in the right way. I'm going to make a pocket on the back here for the report card to slide in, and then I'll put like the class photo up here, and this one funnily enough has a report card on it, which is quite good, isn't it? And then I'll put, you know, the 2 photos, probably one up like that and one on an angle like that, and somewhere I'll put the year. I know it says 1960 on there, but I'd like to kind of, you know, put it in chronological order. So that in itself will present a problem, because as I go through, I'm going to put another one on top. If I have the class photo here and then the other one here, as you can see, the 1960 photo is going to be there, but the matching 1960 images will be on this page. So there's 2 things I can do. One is I can put the photos on afterwards, which would be fine, or I can put the things into the album, make it into the journal, so that I've got each page separated like that, and stick it onto a spine. I honestly think it might be easier to make the journal and then to stick the photos on afterwards. But I just want to know when I'm positioning that where that's got to go, because I guess I could just stick this in and that would be fine, but I think I want to put a bit more on here. So I've got some paper here, which is just some of the typewriting paper that I often use, and I'm going to possibly do something like use these as templates and put some paper up the top. And this one's quite nice because it says test examinations. So if I put that here with the photo there, if I move it up a bit, you'll see it a bit better. So if I put that up there, just make sure that that's not going to interfere, so that as you're turning, you'll get these 2 and then that, and then the report in the back. So I'll probably do something like that, I think. And this paper's a little bit plain anyway, so I'm just going to stick some glue on this part of it, and then I'll tear it off. See where that examination is. I want that word in there because we're talking about school reports. And that's all I'm putting in here. I've already done some things for them, showing photographs, as you know, when I did my Binchy projects. But this one is just about the school reports. And I'll just tear this off so that it's nice and level, or as, I guess, level as I want it to be. Possibly I will put a few other things on here, but you can see now when I put that back on, I don't have to have it in the centre. I can have the photograph down here. So I might put some more things down here first. And then I've got the word test examinations up the top. So it's all a bit school related. Not that it has to be, it's not mandatory. I was just thinking it might be a way to go. But I definitely need to put something else down here. So see what else I've got. I also have these pages which are the alphabets. I sold most of these. I found this really old vintage book when I was travelling. Well, I think I found that overseas. I'm not sure anymore. It's too long ago. But I thought maybe I could tear the edge of this and just put it down the side here. Again, it's sort of a bit school-like, I guess, because of the graphical nature of the actual piece. I'm going to have to tear that off the bottom though. It's too big. There you go. If I put that down here, so it's under, that would be fine, except I also want to take this piece off here, move it over a bit and have that there. Maybe it's a bit too big. Actually, what it needs is it needs to come over, and I can put another thing there potentially down that side. So I just have to make sure that that's going to be okay there. So I could put these photos in, and then I could do the single ones as I go through once I've got it all bound up. I know how many pages you need because it's a finite number, of course, because you don't go to school forever. I do have some of this. This is the old dot matrix printer paper. Let's tear some of that to get this sort of vintagey look. Possibly I will just tear this here, see what that looks like, and tuck it under here. Yeah, I'll definitely tuck it under. Put it over a bit so it's there. Maybe I shouldn't have torn that. It looked better when it was longer, didn't it? Maybe I will put this piece down here and then put that on top, and then this one here. So let's just progress, and I'll put this one down so it's on the side here. Don't put any glue into the holes because they will show through, and I really want it just where that fold happens there, and then I'll take that bit off. It's got a bit of glue on it, but I'll still take it off. And then this next piece, it might be this bit, although I really like that because I like the colour in it, and I like the fact that it's, you know, a font. I think that would be okay if I put that on there, and then maybe I can run this down the side as a side tab rather than a top tab. Now some of the photos I have got names on the back, so I'm probably not going to glue them onto the page because you'd want to be able to take that out and have a look at the names on the back. So when I get to that point, I'll have to do an alternative design because it's not going to work. And I'm keeping everything off the photo. And if they want to get it up at some point in the future, they'll just have to pull it up, see if, you know, hopefully it won't ruin it because it's quite thick because it's on photo paper. And this is 1960, which is 61 years ago. So it's quite a while, and it's still fine, that photo. If you want to look for my sister in any school photo, you look to the teacher, and she's always under the teacher. She became a teacher, so I'm not sure if that kind of foresaw it, but every single school photo we've got of her, she will be under the teacher. It's quite funny. So that is, I think that looks quite good there, doesn't it? And then I'll be able to possibly write, you know, the year on there. So this one is a different piece of paper. Oh, it's upside down. Let me turn it up the right way. And if I put that here in the journal, then that's going to be the 1960 photos that need to go here. And I know that those letters are upside down. So I could overcome that by turning the paper up the other way. Then they're not going to be upside down. This page though will be upside down. So there's no way around it other than cutting the papers and individually putting them in the correct way. And I just don't want to do that really. So I'm going to put this one down here. And this will be the 2 photos. So let's get some more of this paper maybe. Cover up some of this these are upside down letters. So that one's going to go there. I'll move that across a bit, I think. That looks better. And then this one will go here. So it's on a bit of an angle. And then I will see what else I think I need across here. I think I definitely need something here. And maybe I can even use another one of these littler tabs on here. So I can put like that one there, just for decoration. And it might be an idea to use these throughout the journal because it's going to give me a bit of a theme. And again, unfortunately, these are too little or too big. And I don't think any of the others are going to fit, which is not good. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that because it might ruin the photo. Let me see. No, I really don't want to put a frame on top of there that's not going to fit because it might ruin that photo. And these ones are too big. Everything's the wrong size. I don't actually know if these little photos probably are a set size. They are, well they're not, they're 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So they're not even 3 by 4 inches. Because I think that if I could do that, that's probably a better set size than what I've got at the moment. No frames on those ones. However, these will be good. I can keep that as my common theme throughout the journal, that each thing's got a you know, one of those on it. So before I put these on, I'm going to move to the next one, which will be, put that here, and then I'm going to put some more bits of paper on here. Actually, I'm going to come through here. I'm going to tear this one and then a little bit more because it's got exercise 2 on it, which I quite like. And I'm going to move that down and put this on top. And I'm not sure if I want this on top, probably underneath actually. Put this underneath and then have a look how this looks with these on it, like this. So it'll be something like that. I'm going to go back to where I was. I'll use that on something else because I quite like that bit of paper. Let's just go back to where we were the first time when I had this on here, this here, and this photo across here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do now? I've got that ready to stick down. Hold that thought a moment. I'm going to put the report in here. So I need to cut another piece of paper that report's going to fit into. That's going to solve the problem of the upside down piece. So if I put this in here, grab my, where's my, here. I'll just grab this and I need a pencil. I have a pen, oh here's my pencil, and measure the top of this. And that's at the 3 inches. I'm going to create this notch now. I had a piece with glue on it before that I was about to stick down and I stopped. See if I can still put that on. Yep. I've got that other bit, here it is. And then I've got the map underneath it, which actually looks better than the other one that I had on there. So then this would go here. and then that would be in the book. So you can see how that would come together, and then you'd be able to pull the report out and have a look at it. I just have to repair this one a little bit. And then that's what it would end up looking like as you flip through the journal. So the report would be in here. You'd have your 1960 class photo or whatever year, and then the 1960 individual photos. And what I need to do is I need to go through my stash and pull out everything that's got a 6 on it, because I was thinking it would look quite good if I had the year written somewhere on here. I was thinking about the grade, but then, yeah, maybe I'll put the grade on, either the grade or the year. But if I put the year, we all went to school through the 60s. And that way, we're going to need a lot of 6s, I think. But might do the year, the grade instead, if the year is on here. If the year's not on the class photo, then I will need to do both the year and I guess the grade is on there too, lower kindergarten. But, you know, I might do the age, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, so that's the plan. So I will go through and continue making this. And until the next video, this is Deborah. Thanks for watching. Cheers.